Hey everybody, it's Ryan and I'm standing here in my yard right here by the X that the Sasquatch made here a while back. And I want to talk to you guys today about something that's been on my mind lately, and that is disclosure. Okay, like once and for all knowing the Sasquatch are real, having it officially admitted and documented that they are an actual species on this planet. Okay, this is something I know for sure. I know they're here. I know they're real. I've seen them many times. I live in the same place they do. I have seen them many times. I hear them all the time. All right. I have not seen a dogman. I have not seen little people. I have not seen goblins, fairies, rakes, whatever else is out there. I have not seen it, but I do not dismiss it. Okay, if something like the Sasquatch can exist and does exist, other things probably do too. And I have talked to many people who have seen a dogman firsthand with their own eyes. They have told me straight up with no lie that they are real. Um, and I've believed them. I mean, they're credible people who have told me this. A lot of them are. I mean, I've talked to some kooks too, but you know, I find those anywhere. But anyway, a lot of these people who have told me this, they're for real about it, and I don't doubt it a bit. I really don't. Um, I know for sure other things are out there. All right, I've gotten that answer definitively, and I'm not going to go into how I know this for certain, but I do. All right, so look at this, okay, from this perspective. If we admit that the Sasquatch are real, then we are opening up the door to admitting everything else is real too. All these things that seem fictitious and made up and too outlandish to exist, a lot of them are out there, and a lot of them exist. And I'm not sure that our society could handle knowing the things that are out there. Generally speaking, about the general population, I don't think they could handle it. Truthfully, I don't think that most people could. I know there are people out there that totally could. I've met lots of them. I know lots of you that could. But other people can't. I mean, there are so many things we don't know. And we don't have the same mentality that the Native Americans had. They had a different reality than we do. Okay, they knew what was out there. They believed a completely different way. I mean, they looked at the world, they looked at Earth, nature, everything completely different than we do. Our society has conditioned us to see things a certain way, and that's all there is to it. And I'm not saying that it wasn't for a specific purpose. I'm not saying it was good or bad or anything like that either. Okay, I'm just saying that we have not been told everything about where we live. And that's the truth. All right. So if we were told that the Sasquatch exists and we had confirmation of it, that would open the door for everything else to exist also. And I'm talking about how many people are going to be going out into a state park or a national forest knowing for sure, for certain, that there's a bipedal canine 8 feet tall wandering around out there. Who's going to do that? Okay, where are you going to find people that want to do that? There's not going to be that many, I promise. Not like there are right now. Not like there are. And there's been a lot of people deterred just from knowing about the missing 411 and stuff. And I'm not sure that doesn't have something to do with it. Okay. But what I'm saying is I think we have been lied to for a reason. Okay. I think that the powers that be have covered up a lot of things for a reason, for a purpose. And I think a lot of that is because they know we cannot accept it. We cannot handle it. All right. The majority of people cannot handle what's out there, knowing what's out there. Things are different right now. Things are changing. There are more people that think Sasquatch exists than don't. And it wasn't like this 5 years ago. Okay, it wasn't. I remember, because that's when I started documenting the stuff out here. I know that not near as many people accepted it as they do now. And that's come from exposure. It's come from being exposed to it through television and mainstream media and things like that. They've legitimized it a lot. And that's the reason. Okay. But, I mean, knowing what I know, knowing that there are another type of person, of people out here that live in the woods, that don't follow our rules of anything, of our relative rules for this earth. They're not bound like we are. Okay, they don't just hang out here. And this is something I know. Okay. So, what I'm saying is, there's a lot of people out there pushing for proof, for acknowledgement. What these people don't understand is other things are out there too. All right. There are other cryptids out there in existence. And by us acknowledging one, that will open up the door to acknowledging other ones. Okay? That will give us the ability to say that the Sasquatch are real, the little people are real, the lizard people are real, the goblins in the caves, they're real, all that stuff. That's going to give us the ability to do that. Why in the world is this camera going crazy now? Weird. Okay. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. All right. I have a feeling that there's a lot of people out there claiming that, we need this stuff when they have no clue what it would do. I mean, I've seen UFOs. I've seen Sasquatches. I've seen things I can't explain. Things I just don't have. I can't tell you what they were. They were alive. They were beings, but I can't tell you what they were. But I've seen them. I know they're out there. And I know that most people wouldn't walk out of their house knowing that these things exist. So, is it in our best interest that they're keeping all this stuff secret from us? Is it for our own good? And a lot of people think, that just because it's like the government, nobody trusts the government. I don't trust them. I don't trust anything like that. any kind of power like that. I don't trust them to have our best interest at heart, but maybe it's possible that they do in this case. Maybe they inadvertently have our best interest at heart by following their agenda. You know, there's a possibility there. Man, I'm losing light quick, and this camera is just doing weird stuff. I mean, it's not as dark as it looks to me. I don't know. Anyway, so I just wanted to talk about that. You know, I show structures, and that's what I've always done, because I want people to go out and find them for themselves. Okay, if you have the desire to get out there and seek your own answers, then you go and look for the things that I usually show on my videos. If you go out there and you find those things, you're going to find where they are. Okay? The Sasquatch are not going to reach out to people, okay, that don't seek them out. If you seek them out, then you're showing them that you have a desire to learn, and that's what they're here for, is to teach us. They would like to teach us about what we are, what we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to be doing, and how we're supposed to be living. I know this for certain. I'm beyond certain about that. Because the way things are so far away from how they're supposed to be. I know that too. But the people who go and seek them out, seek out their own answers, are the ones I make my videos for. And those who have just general interest in it. I mean, because this stuff is interesting. If you're like me, you think it's interesting to see the things that they make. And that's another reason I do this. But I do this to show people what to look for, where to go to find your own answers. Okay? That's the best way to have it proven. What is proving they exist going to do? They don't need our protection. They have done just fine on their own, trust me. They don't need us putting out some kind of law to preserve their way of life or whatever. I mean, well, it would be nice to keep the forest preserved, but they don't rely on us to protect them. They're doing fine. Okay, they have ways of doing things beyond any of our capabilities. Well, I'm not going to say capability. I'm going to say our perceived ability. But I am losing light, though. Sorry, guys. Anyway, you know, I just don't think everybody can handle knowing what's actually out there. That's the bottom line. And if you want to know, go find their structures, just like the X I showed you here. That's a boundary marker. That shows their territory. Go find that. Go find those. Keep an eye on that area. If new things are popping up here and there, then you know it's a place they come to, you know, more frequently than others. So that is the way to do it. That's how you find them. All right? That's how you find your own answers. And there's some people who don't understand that. All right? There's people who don't realize that having them acknowledged officially would open the door for a lot of other things to follow. And it might just create a bigger problem than we have now. I mean, it might not, but I don't think so. Because if you admit something like that has been dismissed and put off as a fictitious legend or whatever, if you admit that, then then you're opening the door for other things that people don't think exist. You're opening the door for them to start questioning it. And it won't be long before that stuff's found out too. You know, there's just a lot of people who don't realize what's actually going on. Anyway, I can't even see myself, so I know you guys can't either, which is probably good, but anyway, I'm gonna end this now. So I hope that you got what I was saying. I'm not trying to put anyone down or anything like that. I'm just speaking my mind, some things that have been on my mind. And I'm not saying that I don't think it would be necessarily bad to know that the Sasquatch exists, but it's going to create a lot more room for other things to come to light too. And that's what worries me about the whole thing, because not everything should be known, I don't think. So anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and let me know what you think about all this in the comments. I'm sure everybody will just completely agree with what I say. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't matter if you do or not. You know, I still like most of you. All right, thanks for watching, everybody.